With the morphing of work life, home life, school life, and everything just being one big blur at the moment, one of the most critical things that we need to do for ourselves, for our families, for our colleagues, for life in general, for our own mindset, is to set boundaries. So what a great book to choose to actually look at this week. And on page 28, it speaks about when confronted with lack of boundaries, they raise some good questions. Can I set limits and still be a loving person? And the guilt that comes with setting boundaries and the worry about who it's going to hurt often stops us. What are legitimate boundaries? What if someone is upset or hurt by boundaries that I set amongst myself? How do I answer someone who wants my time, love, energy, or money, but I don't want to give it? Why do I feel guilty or afraid when I consider setting boundaries? How do boundaries relate to submission, and aren't boundaries selfish? And the book is really a beautifully written book. It's based on Christian principles, and it talks about how setting boundaries also clears lines of communication. So let's say you needed help from me and you wanted it within the next hour, and I, just to please you, say yes, but I know I can't. It puts more pressure on me. I then end up getting frustrated, angry, possibly taking it out of my family members around me, etc., all to try and save face, rather than to say, I'd love to help you, but I simply can't in the next hour, but I can do it in 3 hours' time. Can we commit to that? So setting boundaries doesn't mean saying no. It just means saying I can, but I can't do it now. And sometimes it's just simply no, not now. And one of the things is, for example, before boundaries, you might say to somebody, stop yelling at me. You need to be nicer to me. And to rephrase after boundaries, saying, you can continue yelling at me if you choose to, but I'll not choose to be in your presence when you act in that way, and just simply walk away. So very often I think that when something happens in life, we tend to react to it, and we react emotionally. And the moment emotions become attached, then we own those feelings. And boundaries is about simply saying, I'm okay with you behaving like that, but I'm not okay with it, so I'm going to leave. Or setting boundaries that I'm okay with being available, but I'm not okay with you phoning me at 9 o'clock to ask advice in the evening when it's actually my family time. But not contracting that and just feeling the angst or the anger simply will result in some form of conflict, usually with yourself first, and then with somebody else. It's a great book, and some really good ways to take control of your life by setting some solid boundaries. Home, family, business, whatever. Enjoy.